Hey everybody, my name is Caleb Bass. I'm with Tally up here. I'm going to give you a restaurant profit margin cheat sheet. Stop guessing your profit. Understanding your profit margins. Profit margins are the lifeblood of any successful restaurant. Understanding and actively managing these key metrics can dramatically improve your restaurant's financial health. Here's a breakdown of essential profit margin metrics. So let's talk a little bit about food cost. What is it, right? The percentage of revenue spent on food. This is going to be also liquor, beverage, wine, NA, anything that has to do with food or beverage that is being provided to the customer. Controlling food costs directly impacts profitability. So high food costs does erode your margins. You do want to make sure that you are implementing a strict inventory management system, reducing waste, and negotiate better supplier prices. So you want to shop around at different stores and see if you can't get shipping and delivering fees lowered, or go shop through a different supplier if they give you better prices for different products. This will increase your profitability. Your labor cost. The labor cost is a percentage of revenue spent on labor, wages, salaries, and benefits. Labor is a significant expense. Efficient scheduling and staffing are crucial. So you want to make sure you have a good restaurant management system, a good scheduling app so that you can understand your food costs and your labor costs. Because optimizing staff levels based on demand, cross training employees to handle multiple roles will significantly reduce this and allow you to if you're efficiently scheduling and staffing, that'll allow you to reduce your labor costs, which in return will reduce your prime cost. Because what is your prime cost? Food cost plus labor. So this is a key indicator of operational efficiency, provides a comprehensive view of two largest controllable expenses. You can control food and labor, but the one expense that you can't control is lumped into a category called overhead percentage. So the percentage of revenue spent on fixed costs like rent, utilities, and insurance. You can't control these. So trying to control your prime cost is a better bet, and then allowing yourself to understand your overhead percentage will then in return allow you to know what your break even is, and then you know what you need to make to keep the doors open. So fixed costs are unavoidable. Understanding them helps in setting appropriate prices, negotiate better rates if possible, and then implement energy saving measures. I know some states will actually give you grants for implementing these energy saving measures. So take that into consideration. And then target profit percentage, right? Your profit goals should be anywhere between 8% and 12%. So the desired percentage of revenue you want to keep is profit. I know new restaurants within the first 3 to 5 years, they try to sit between 0 and 6, just not going, trying not to go negative, because a lot of new restaurants will go negative because they're not managing these food costs, labor costs, which creates your prime, or they have really high overhead based off their location. So just going to give you a little visual chart here. Healthy range for food costs, 28% to 35%. Portion control, training, daily waste log. These are important. I think a lot of restaurants have a high food cost because they don't know how much they're wasting. Well, having a good restaurant management software and then putting those systems into place so you can log that properly is essential in understanding these numbers so you can keep within this range here, 35 being the max. Then you have your labor cost, 25% to 30%. If you're below 25% or even below 20%, that's great. That means you have smart scheduling, good management, you've cross trained, and you are not allowing any overtime. A lot of corporate restaurants will not allow overtime because labor cost gets too high, which in return creates your prime cost between 55 and 65%. It's the combination of how much your food is costing per, let's say recipe. You might have all of these food items that cost this much, and it costs you this amount of time to prepare it for the customer. That plays a role into your prime cost. You want to make sure you're checking your weekly P&L to understand this. Get with your bookkeeper if you have to. And then your overhead, right? Overhead, once again, fixed expenses should not be higher than 12%. If it is, then you're going to have to reduce your prime costs, whether that's, a combination of your food, labor, and to try to keep underneath this goal, because then you're going to have to compensate in other areas to keep this profit or this target net profit. So this target here is easy to hit if you're managing all of these costs properly. If you're not, then you're going to have to really watch how you're scheduling, what you're purchasing, who your suppliers are, how much your rent is, and then you're going to have to make sure that you're managing and cut hidden fees. A lot of transaction fees, bank fees, overdrafts, stuff like that adds to your expenses. Not paying sales tax on time, all these things add, and then they hinder, how much your profitability, how much you're taking home, and what your profitability is at the end of the year. So if you want any help fixing these numbers, understanding these numbers, and analyzing them, getting good deep analysis on it, basically, call us. Tally Up specializes in restaurant bookkeeping to keep your costs in line. It even helps cover your POS setup costs. We'll go in and set up your restaurant management system. We partner with a company called Margin Edge, and we can actually go ahead and put everything in for you. There's some other companies out there like Restaurant 365 and Extra Chef. We found that Margin Edge is the best restaurant management software. Their systems are fantastic. We'll put in all your recipes for you, and then we'll basically go ahead and manage it. And we'll cover the cost to initially set up the system, and then we'll talk more about quoting out, um, and booking your free cleanup check-in. So that's Tally Up. Lenny and Coney approved. Thank you so much.